Let's get started. I wanted to share with you today something that I read yesterday on Facebook from a very, very long time yoga teacher here in Los Angeles who shall remain nameless, but we've both been teaching for about the same amount of time, probably about 1996, 1997 was when we both started teaching. He's a very respected um, teacher in Los Angeles. And so he wrote this opinion piece on Facebook. And I was thinking opinion piece, like maybe a better word for it would be a perspective piece. Because when you share your opinion, you're essentially sharing your perspective on something. And it was about kind of what's happened to yoga, what's happening to yoga in the era kind of the internet, in the era of Instagram, in the era of super fast teacher trainings, in the era of COVID-19. And his perspective was that it's all going downhill. It was so negative. This piece was, I mean, I wanted to write him back and just say, this is so, you sound so bitter. But I didn't say anything. So now I'm giving you my perspective on his perspective, but that's not the point. The point is that if you've got a really negative perspective on something, first, you may want to keep it to yourself because I don't think you do yourself much of a service by spewing negativity about the way the world is. Secondly, the world is more than just your individual perspective on it because you can take that whole topic, that whole theme, and you can have an entirely different perspective on it. You know, it was interesting. He was talking about, and I remember this back in the days when we had like maybe 5 or 6 yoga studios in Los Angeles then. In Los Angeles, one of them owned by Stacy, who's on here, was the first big yoga studio that I taught at back in 1997. And, you know, he was saying you had to drive 45 minutes to get to a good yoga class if you didn't live in Santa Monica. And that was dedication. That meant you were dedicated to your practice. And it's like, well, yeah, that was your only option, but that's not the only expression of dedication. The fact that you have to sit in your car for an hour and a half. What that really means is that yoga is a really big luxury item. Classes were an hour and a half long. It took 45 minutes to get there each way. You're talking about 3 to 3.5 hours of your day to do a yoga class. So there's definitely something to be said for the incredible convenience that we have right now. You know, the other thing that he was saying was how people can be doing yoga on Zoom. They don't have to even pay attention. The teacher doesn't even know. They could be off taking a call. They've got their kids running around. They're not paying attention to their practice. And it was so funny to me because I've been teaching this for 8 weeks. Never once in 8 weeks did it ever cross my mind that any of you were not paying attention. I never had that thought. So y'all better pay attention in there. It's your choice. You are so free. You are free to pay attention. You are free not to pay attention. You are free to take this nugget out of the class. You are free to take the entire bushel that you get out of the class. It is all yours. It's, you know, it's wonderful. This is a wonderful opportunity for you. Yoga is more accessible than ever. You know, he was saying now the market is so saturated. Everybody's online trying to get students they can get. And again, that just comes from such a perspective of lack. You know, the way I look at it is there are 8 billion potential yogis on planet Earth. And every one of us teachers has the opportunity to connect with the students that resonate with us. And there is no lack of students to practice with you. So same situation, 2 very different perspectives on it. I just encourage you, if your perspective doesn't feel good when you think about it, step back for a moment. Perhaps don't share it with everybody on Facebook. Clear your mind a little bit, do your yoga practice, and see if there's an alternate view that you can bring, right? Because there is no absolute truth. There's only the way we are choosing to look at a situation. That's what's true for us, the way we look at it. There's not an absolute truth. So bring your hands together at your heart. Don't you dare not pay attention today. I won't have it. Okay? Bring your hands together at your heart. Shoulders relaxed. I love you all. I'm so happy that you're here. Every day is an absolute joy that I get to do practice with you. So it's a joy. It is a joy. It's a joy. It's a joy. Rub your hands together. I think you are all the most wonderful, enlightened group. And I'm happy that you don't have to spend 45 minutes driving to take class. Hell, I'm happy I don't have to spend 45 minutes driving to teach class. Hands at your heart. Inhale deeply.